if you do all these pieces of the journey, you're more likely to win. But, you know, I think it's important for your people to know that I did a research study for the FIVB in 1995 as part of the being on the Technical and Coaches Commission. And we studied every match played from the history of the sport began. And it took years, but we finally got all the data together. And the number one thing we learned about our sport is that 50% of the teams lose. First off,
important
there was no research. We didn't do that. That's just a storytelling joke. But that fact in our sport, you don't tie, you either win or you lose. And in 1 million matches played all over the world today, 1 million of the teams lost. And that's just the facts. And, yes, we want to be working on the process that lets the outcome take care of itself. But even there, if I think about our two situations between Rio and Tokyo for the women's team, Karch had a really great team. They swept their pool, that whole side, went across and played over, and everybody in our pool beat every other person. 4 beat 1, 2 beat 3, 3 beat 2. And so we were on track for clearly a gold medal, but our number one hitter statistically and in the entire Olympic Games hurt her knee. And the player that came in was not as strong as we needed for that next match. And we lost, I think, 15-13 or something and then we went on to win the bronze. But where I saw Karch do so much processing from 16 to 2020/2021 was he continued to build a really deeper team so that in 2021, when the injuries occurred, we still won the gold medal because we had more depth. And that's harder to do at the younger levels. It's easier to do at the 2% level, but at the 98% level that I live at, you still have to take your 12 and get them to play all the positions, because at the younger levels, you never know who's going to go out or who can't be there because of homework or because of a funeral in the family or, reasons that they can't be there. They're not pros. They're learning to love the game through your messages and how you work with them. But you've got to have much better all-around players when they're younger, and then that feeds the pipeline upwards to gift them to be more specialized if that's what they choose to do. So as we talked about that, the 98% that feeds the 2%.
Exactly. And also there, okay, we're completely not looking at the questions anymore, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, but you did some preparation, right? You looked at them and did some
every single one of them. I'm ready to go. Boom.
Yeah, but I'm gonna continue asking a question about what you just said, and then maybe what is for the second call that we will maybe do about coaches and about what you see internationally, about the pipeline, about this huge funnel, that you should have if you want to arrive at the 2%, if you want to arrive at that gold medal. There can always be luck, there can always be whatever, but you need a huge funnel to start with to end up at this elite international level. If you want to end up there, like there's
at least in the 6-on-6.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of smaller sided rugby, 3-on-3 basketball, and 2-on-2 doubles volleyball, is that Latvia can win a medal where they're not going to get into it in the 6-on-6 world. But doubles, Olympic volleyball doubles, helps that pipeline be smaller for smaller nations. Like I was doing an FIVB course and helping develop the athletes from Vanuatu who have come so close to getting to the Olympics. But Vanuatu, is a tiny island. I mean, it's 180 islands is their country, but they don't have that many players and they don't have that many kids and stuff, but they can do doubles. So the pipeline is still incredibly important. In fact, it's more important to do it well there because you don't have as many the whole throwing a basket of eggs against the wall and picking out the 3 that don't break, that's not good development. You want to keep everybody healthy as long as possible and as safe as an environment as possible.